Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this discussion. We're discussing any issues concerning the paranormal. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Just give me an input back to see if you can hear what I'm saying right now. Anybody just put on yes there if you can hear what I'm saying to you. Anybody commenting here? Okay, guys, perfect. Thanks so very much, guys. I've been reading over your comments, everyone, and I see that a lot of you are commenting on being disturbed by people that are in your home and spirits that might be around you. Absolutely not, guys. At any time you're being under attack in your homes, it is not allowed. And if people are leaving bruises and doing things that are disturbing to you, I'd get on it right away. I would not put up with it or tolerate it. Hi, everyone. Greetings, everybody. Thank you so very much for coming to even from the Netherlands. Thanks, everybody. I just want you to know that in no doubt in my mind that if you are under any kind of physical attacks, you have to get on that. Do not allow it. Even as we spoke in the live chat last Friday, get a team of people in there if you have to. Like, I wouldn't mess around with it, guys. The Roberto says, thanks for the super chat, Evelyn, the $4. The old man who sold me this house died 5 years after he sold me the house. He came to visit me a while ago. Not every spirit is with negative energy. There are so many spirits that are coming with good intentions, just letting you know that they have passed along. And guys, many of these spirits are people with good intentions. Just know that. Yeah, I'm really glad. Yeah. Yeah, D. Milton, I'm so sorry for your loss of your daughter that was killed. Thank you, Darlene Pratt, for the super chat of your $10. I appreciate it. And your daughter, does your daughter come and visit you, Dee? Because I'm feeling strongly that she indeed does. Hi, everybody. I saw a pentacle in the sky yesterday made out of a plain exhaust. Yeah, I knew, Dee, that your daughter was visiting you. I feel a warm sense. She hugs you, like she comforts you. She's always around you. That's a blessing, actually. When our loved ones pass away, it's a loss for us. We feel the loss more than they do. They're at rest, they're at peace. It is us who has the struggle. Thank Jess Lou for your super chat. I appreciate it. Guys, when our loved ones are passed away, I know from time to time, especially the longer it goes, like the years pass by, you see them less and less, but they're still around. Like, yeah, Darcy says they get a lot of feathers in her front yard. It is a sign from your passed on loved ones as well as spirit. They're letting you know that they're still there. Yeah. See, Eileen O'Donnell said her late husband has passed in the house while on hospice almost 4 years ago. He's still here and have signs and feelings of comfort from him. Absolutely. They do let you know. A black and white feather yesterday, Southern Justice says. And coins, yes. Smells, scents, guys. Sometimes they'll touch your hair, your face. It will not frighten you. A good spirit does not frighten you. They show you comfort, guys. They show you acceptance, and they will do things to let you know that they're still around. Wow. Roberto Carlos Andrade said he comes with a little girl who is also passed over and had this little girl in his arms. Well, maybe it's his own little girl who has passed away, and maybe that's why he doesn't want to leave the home. That's my instincts. Yes, even dogs, Darcy, even animals. My mom swore she could feel her late dog jump on her bed. I feel that all the time. Passed over pets that I have had, I feel them all the time. Dimes, 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 dimes. Absolutely, Eileen. Even in your running shoe, so you will not. Hello, India. Thank you, Tani Buns. Yes, dimes, nickels, moving things, jewelry. Wow. See, Susie W. said her mom's spirit was here on her birthday, which is on April the 13th. I smell her perfume. It lingered for an hour. Isn't that a blessing? Hi, Belgium and Havrens. What about spiders? You know what, guys? Only speaking for me, spiders are not bad. But in my personal experience with spiders, they always let me know that someone is being deceptive around me. When bottles move and make noise, is it them? Yes, probably. Yeah, Robertson7 says he loves spiders. They are your friends. Every little animal, every little insect, every little creature has a story behind it. And as I've said, like I spent years doing a lot of spirit totem work, and I was instructed to write down every creature, insect that I seen for over a month. And each week it formed a story, just like tarot can tell you a story. So do the animals. You pay attention to what they're doing, how they're acting. Like the other day, I had a crow out in my yard. Most people say crows are bad. Crows are not bad. They are messengers. And you watch and observe what they're doing. This particular crow was in my garden telling me to get my garden going because I'm behind schedule normally where I am. And this crow was in my garden and telling me like it was time to cultivate my soil because they want me. This messenger that I have is actually a guide telling me to get into the garden, to get out and get busy at my garden. Can spirits get in rats and spy on you? Well, you know what? I'd say yes. All the creatures are spying on you. All creatures are spying on you. My Jesus, I had a rat in my house, guys. It scared the living hell out of me. I hate rats. Of all the creatures that are on this earth, it is rats that I truly, truly detest the most. I always been weird about hawks leading to death. Some think it's scary. Is it as You know what? Hawks are messengers. They can bring omens. Hawks, I don't know if hawks portend death. I'm pretty sure that they don't. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that they will show you omens. They are a messenger. A hawk portends opportunities. Rats are very intelligent, masters of escaping as well. You better believe they are. Oh my God. Ladybugs are associated with my late husband. Yeah. Dreams. Yes, they come to you in dreams. Absolutely. And pay attention to those dreams because they are giving you messages. Yeah, no, I've never seen a hawk pretend a death. I do see that hawks pretend opportunities. They are messengers. They will bring you omens. They could be warnings. They could be bringing opportunities. Pay attention. Like hawks are razor sharp eyes. They can spot prey like for miles. You know what I mean? And it's telling you to use your senses, be sharp, be witty. Yeah, slow down. That's usually how it pertains to me as well. Hawks saying to slow down. No, doves do not predict death. Doves represent love. Our white owl. That is a good omen. A white owl is a good omen. Blue jays are also your guides. All the spirit animals are your guides. Like it's not like dragonflies, those are your loved ones. Butterflies are your loved ones. Hummingbirds are your loved ones. Woodpecker is telling you to be resourceful. Yes, hawks, eagles are protection animals. They will bring you omens. They will guide you. They're your guides. Cardinals are also um, yes, cardinals are also forms of messengers of crossed over loved ones, and so are coins. Absolutely. And like I said before, pay attention to the coin if it is heads up or if it's tails up. If it is heads up, it is a warning to be cautious, to be careful. It is your ancestors warning you to be cautious about someone or something around you. Black cats, I have always owned black cats my entire life. I'm not superstitious with black cats. Black cats are gatekeepers. Black cats are able to see into the afterlife. They have been back since Egyptian days. Yes, Egyptians do love black cats. They're very spiritual. They're gatekeepers. They're traditional gatekeepers. Yeah, cats are very intuitive. Oh. Ryan says, what about a buck deer? Bucks are like stag, prideful, proud, energy. Moose are also in there. So are caribou, elk, deer, all of them. Dogs, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. So, yeah, Darcy said she's seen a butterfly after her uncle died. Yes. Saw a turkey. Wow. See, they're all messengers. You guys, if you Google all the spirit totem animals, write a journal of all these animals that you are seeing and what they're doing because it'll tell you what's going on in your life. They are telling you what's happening around you. Thank you, Darlene Pratt. You guys are amazing as well. What about number plates on cars? Yes, like letters, numbers. I often look for license plates. Initials, like the other day, I went downtown and I'm right behind a vehicle, and it was so bold in front of me, my dad's initials and the number synchronicities. That was my dad saying, I'm still with you and still helping me drive. I think my dad's my backseat driver. Yes, angel numbers, especially now, guys, with this age of Aquarius and these portals that have been opened up to us, our spirit animals and our ancestors are communicating more with us than ever before. It's like, how can I explain it? It's like the veil is thin at this time. So that's why there's a lot of paranormal activity in it, and for good and bad. Wow. When your cat died, you saw her in the clouds with your goddess Freya. You know what? Spirit animals come all the time. My son lost a cat who was very precious to him, and I was in the backyard and I saw this cat sitting up on the hillside. And I knew right away I was not frightened. He was just sitting there looking at me. His spirit was still there, and they will come and visit us. I actually had a dream. Now, I had a female cat who was the boss of the house, okay? And when she got stubborn when I got a new little kitten, and she vanished. She hated that new kitten with a passion because she was jealous of it. Well, this cat, now in the afterlife, I had several cats during my life. Here they were in my dream. It showed this tree, and the female cat that had passed away was in the tree. She was on the top branch looking down at all the other cats that I have had in my life that had passed away. But she was still the queen of that tree. But she was keeping an eye on all the other ones. You know what? That's a super whittle guy, says Frankie. Were animals like cats and dogs ever human beings in a past life? I believe that sometimes they are. Yes, absolutely. I do believe that cats and dogs can reincarnate the same as humans. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. Lori Salmon says she's always seeing hummingbirds. Absolutely. Those are your spirit guides. Yes. A shout out to Tucker. Oh, he runs in. You know, horses are freedom. Gritchy Noon says, I saw horses. That is freedom, power. Rising this, yeah. You know what? Feathers, all of this. I believe it was Apollo, a message from my grandfather. You know what? Well, a group meeting with a reverend who did psychic readings after his baby girl died. He would answer your questions without talking for free. Nice. Kim Conklin, yes. Like, when we get visions, it's like learning. Every one of us has a sixth sense. Every one of us has intuition. We all have psychic gifts, every one of us. It's whether we listen to those things or not. Yeah, it's hard to remember dreams. So I would put a tape recorder or a pad and pencil beside your bed and make sure that you get up and write that down or just record it by audio. Even on your cell phone, hit recorder and say what your dream is. Sparrows. Huh. Sparrows are also yeah, they are a messenger. Um I know, okay, this is the weirdest thing ever, guys. I was at work and I was crossing the parking lot. It was at nighttime. And out of the blue came like a whole, what do you call them? A flock of damn bats. And I'm ducking and weaving, trying to get away from these bats. But they were warning me. They were trying to keep me away and warn me. You know what from? There was a damn bear. And they were trying to like shoo me in a different direction. So all of these things, like you're not going to get birds at nighttime, but you'll get owls, you'll get bats, you'll get other creatures. And these bats were warning me that there was a damn bear not 20 feet from me. I couldn't see it. It was dark. Tucker is having his nap. He's tore up my house. Yeah, we just have to pay attention to those clues and signs and clouds, rainbows, stars, all of those things. When something grabs your eye, are there people or energies? And how Jennifer Derrida says, are there evil people and energies? And how can we spot it? You'd better believe there's evil people. Yes, there's evil energies. Absolutely, without a doubt. It's your sixth sense. I get creeped out when I'm around certain people. I can spot them in a crowd. I just want to avoid them. I get the heebie jeebies. My hair will stand up on end, and these are real people. And I just get a heavy feeling in my gut. And I'm like, I'll go out of my way to avoid people. And they are some evil people, and energies are the same way. You just feel it. You know it's not good. If you feel it is not good, it is not good. Yep. Thank you, Mary. Thanks. Yes, things do get weird with a full moon and a solar storm. Yes, they do get weird. The energies go crazy, guys. Like I said, it's like a lot of people use the moon for good purposes, and a lot of people use the moon for bad purposes. The concept of soulmates and how you would keep the energy at a distance for keeping or holding your own balance in life. Yeah, good question. A very good question. We have many, many soulmates in our path on our life. Now, soulmates are people you've known before. In my opinion, you might have hundreds of them. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you just sense that you know them. You make eye contact, you look into their eyes, you know that person. You know you've seen them before. You know you've ran into them before. There are no coincidences. They might have a message for you. Like, for example, when you meet people and they'll just walk up to you and they'll make a comment to you, and it's like you look into their eyes and you're just mesmerized. You know that you know that person, but you don't know where you know them from. And don't let them keep you off balance. Just know that they're on your path to either give you a message or to let you know, just to say hello. Not every soulmate is a relationship. You know what I mean? Yes, put your crystals in the moonlight. It recharges your crystals. Uh, Sharon 1111 says, "Are twin flames real?" I'm going to say this because I get asked it all the time. I believe that most people who think they're on a twin flame journey are not on a twin flame journey. I'm sorry, guys, that's not what everybody wants to hear. It's extremely, extremely rare. I do believe that they exist. I do believe that there are certain things as twin flames, but it's extremely rare that they reincarnate at the same time that you do. Because I believe that you have a twin flame, but they're on the other side. That's your life mate. That's your soul partner. And you each have a mission to fulfill upon the earth. And if you were united upon the earth, you would not be doing the work that you were supposed to be doing. It's a distraction. It would distract you from doing your life mission. That's just my own belief. Can you tell if someone's dealing with a twin flame if you are personally reading them? I can. I've been able to. And all of the readings that I've done, I think I have come across one or two, or maybe even three at the most. Now, this is over like a period of at least like 40 years. It's extremely rare. Just in my experience, they're out there, but they're extremely rare. No, when I do my readings, they're never personal readings. When I do my readings, they are never, ever personal. It is up to you. It is up to you to know, to trust your own intuition. Like you can have a psychic, you can have a medium, you can have a tarot card reader tell you, but the end result is that you still have to trust your own intuition. That's the purpose of your journey, is to learn how to read your own energies and energies of people around you, to know who to avoid and who to be with. Dawn Marie says, can twin flames be 30 years apart? My first instinct is no. I mean, anything is possible, guys. You can't eliminate it. Like, it's a possibility. But my first reaction is no. You're at different levels. It would depend on your soul growth. It would depend on how many lifetimes that you have lived and how many lessons you have learned. I believe that if spirit is putting people together for a purpose, they're going to be on the same energy level. They are going to be, it's all about energy. Aaron says, do you have to be careful using pendulums? Yes. Same with all divination tools. Don't let people touch it. Cleanse it, energize it, keep it safe, keep it protected, same as you would with tarot cards or any other divination tool. It's energy, and pendulums operate off energy. And always ask your pendulum for the highest white light, for the Holy Spirit to give you an accurate reading. Hold it in your left hand. Put your energy into it. Pray for accurate information, as in any divination tool, and test it. I always test my cards. I always test my pendulum. You test the spirits first and then trust them. Like if you asked your pendulum and you did that, hold that in your left hand. That is your receiving hand. You receive through your left and give out through your right. So receive it in your left hand. Claim the Almighty, the Holy Spirit over it. Test it. If you ask it simple questions and it's falsehood, you know you're entertaining a negative energy. And always keep your pendulums, your tarot cards, your crystals safe and protected. Not every soulmate is good for you. Some are here to teach you a damn harsh lesson. I've met lots of them, and they will brutalize you, man. It's like a test for you to trust your own instincts. Damn, every time I look back now, and I look back every single time, my intuition told me to avoid that person. But your real self says, oh, give them a chance. Give them a chance. Maybe you're wrong. You second guess yourself. When you start second guessing yourself, that's when you make mistakes. How do you sage your room or an apartment? I want to sage my cards and my rooms. Well, first of all, a lot of people I would recommend, because not all people are saging properly. They just think you go to the store, buy a sage, and then that's it. Wing it around the room. Not so. It's very spiritual. And the Native Americans will teach you how to sage properly. If you go on YouTube or research it, the proper way of saging Native American style, that is their tradition. That is their element. I had many ancestors teach me how to sage properly. And it always begins. You can never receive something unless you give something. So you're supposed to offer like tobacco, or you are to trade energies in thanks for protection. Like if you're asking for protection, what are you giving? So you have to give thanks and alms to those that are your ancestors are protecting you. Those spirits are protecting you. You make alms of offering tobacco, usually is what they like. And then you begin to sage again with your left hand. That is, you're receiving protection over your crown chakra, all four directions, over your crown, over your body, over your right and your left, and then I'll do an all around. I'll go down my back, my legs, up my legs, then I can sage. Once I know that the energies are protecting me, you will feel it. then I'll often open my doors and say, any negative energy in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, protect my home, my energy, my cards, my family, my property. Leave now. Final warning. Well, back in the day, the Native Americans used tobacco if they couldn't have sage. But tobacco is an offering. You know, I use my left hand because I know that this is how I receive. Receive, that's why always in my videos, you'll always see me looking to the left. That is who I receive from. This is my receiver. This is my giving. And that's just the way I do it. No, tobacco is not used to invoke spirits. It can. It depends on what you're praying for. It depends on what you are asking for. If you're invoking, I never invoke anything, to be honest with you. I ask and then you receive, but then you must give, right? So give thanks, give blessings, give thanks to the ancestors for the protection. Give thanks. Yes, absolutely. Sage every time you buy a new crystal or a tarot deck, because you do not know where they have come from or how many hands they have touched. Yes, Palo Santo is good. Absolutely. Protected crystals are usually black, tourmaline, obsidian. You just have to Google it all. Ask if you have a gem store in town or a spiritual store that you go to. They will show you a whole lot of spiritual protective stones. Crystals, no. You can buy them for yourself. You can buy them for your loved ones. You know, Reiki healers that use stones, they buy their own stones. And guys, it's like a lot of things that we're going, like, every tarot card reader is different, guys. Like, a lot of people are saying that I'm just reading the comments here. I don't comment on other tarot card readers. I mean, every tarot card reader is different, guys. They have different messages. Not all tarot card readers are the same. They have different energies. They have different guides. They have different messages. They have different gifts. You know what, guys? To be honest with you, over the last 40 years, I've probably been to about maybe 300 different tarot card readers. And I found value in each reading. I get a message out of every single reading that I have ever gotten. There is like no right or wrong reader. Every reader has a different message to convey. Even, I have had some very, very, what I thought were bad readers, like, but I still got a message out of them. I've had a deep feeling lately that to call my mom who's passed away years ago. Why do I have a deep feeling to call my mom? Because she has a message for you. That's why. That's why you're feeling her. She wants you to call on her name. Your mom wants, Dawn Marie, your mom wants you to call on her name. She has a message to convey to you. Tina said, what's the most important, sun, rising, or moon sign? You know what? It varies. It depends on the moon phases. You listen to all three and identify with the one that suits you best at your current situation. Sometimes, like my moon sign or my Venus sign will resonate more than my sun sign, and other times it changes. How do you know if you're getting spiritually attacked? Davy Razumer says, how do you know? Because you'll feel it. You'll start getting headaches. You will start getting like sleepless nights. Well, everybody gets that. But I mean, if you're getting spiritually attacked, you're going to be weak. Your muscles will turn weak. You might have bruises. You know, if you're under spiritual attack, you could be getting a lot of dreams about enemies in your dream and fighting battles in your dream. You're actually fighting a battle while you're sleeping. Just, you know, the universe doesn't sleep. And it is the same thing. You have to claim authority over it. Like in your dream state, they're not allowed to like disturb you in the 5D. And if they are, you're a spiritual warrior. You have to be guarded in the 5D or the 3D. Sick, headaches, vomiting. Yeah. Huh. I do. I gotta be honest with you. I do feel like my archangels around me. I will see them. I will place them in my room if I'm under spiritual attack. I will place angels around me in my room, in my dream state. No, Palomino says, what are your thoughts about Ouija boards and voodoo and all that? Guys, you know what? I'm not into Ouija boards. I think it's inviting things that you don't need to invite. You don't need to communicate to your spirit realm by using a Ouija board. You can communicate with the spirit realm, trusting your own intuition. You want to say something to a loved one, you speak it aloud. They hear you. Yeah, Kelly Starr says, when I do remember my dreams, which is hardly ever, I'll always have the same dream of the same house. I've never been there, or at least I don't think I've been there. I can describe, you've been there, or you're going to be there. Kelly Starr, I've had the same. When I have dreams about being in a house I've never been at, like I said, I've actually traveled to the house that I'm going to purchase. I know it inside and out. I've been in every room. I know what the plumbing looks like. I've checked out the wiring. I know I'm going to be there. When? I don't know, but I know that's my home. I've also had dreams of being in a home from a past life. And I remember certain things in that home. Deja vu moments, absolutely, like you have been there before. That's the thing about deja vu. I don't believe in coincidences, guys. I believe that certain things happen to us to trigger us or to remind us of certain things or events in our life. People, when you run into people and they say something, it's like, I know you from somewhere, or different places you've been. It's because you've been there before, or you're going to be. Hmm. Yeah. Capricorn Moon says, how can we keep ourselves protected from negative energies? Well, the best way that I have seen is, like I said, if you claim, don't go anywhere without asking your angels to protect you. They're around you at all times, but they're not going to act on your behalf unless you have asked them to protect you. If at any time you has asked them to protect you, be guaranteed they're protecting you. I've actually seen angels with swords fighting battles for me, standing over me, protecting me, because they know that I am, if I'm afraid or anything, yeah, I definitely ask my angels all the time to protect me. And when I started getting out, sometimes when you've been around negative energy or someone is sending you negative energy out of the blue, you might get angry for no reason. You're like feeling really angry and you don't know why. It is because someone is generally sending you negative energy. You are picking up on the negative energy that they're sending to you. And right away, I'll say, how come I'm angry? I have no reason to be angry. You're picking up on someone else's anger. You're picking up on someone else's negative energy. Like, you know what, guys? I don't even need tarot cards to do it. Like, I can sit here just by my moods and by, like, sometimes I'll get really angry or I'll break out crying out of the blue. I have nothing to cry about. I have nothing to be angry about. It's not my energy. I'm picking up on somebody else's energy. There are scammers out there. Yes, there is indeed. But you know what? Even through tarot, like the worst readers that I have ever heard, I still pick up on that. That in itself is a message, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're listening to a reader that you think is a scammer, you automatically know that that's a scammer, right? It's just trusting your intuition, but you still get a message from it. And your brain says right away, not true, scammer, I don't believe this, or it's not my read. But most tarot card readers have good intent, want to actually genuinely help. You know, you guys each and every one of you have your own gifts, have your own sixth sense. We're born with it, guys. We only lose it over time. And, you know, other people tell you you're crazy or you're nuts or whatever. Just, man, trust your own energy. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Yeah, you know what? And one thing I will avoid, and I am going to be vocal about this, you know, people who are using tarot for evil purposes, I know it right away. I fly by them for real. They, like I said, divination, you can use it for good or you can use it for evil purposes. And I'm telling you, I'm razor sharp on that stuff. Denise said, my first husband passed away in an accident in 1986. Yes, of course he's around. He's never left. So your loved ones who have passed on are always looking after you. You know what? I had a person pass away in my life that was very dear to me, and it was my children's father. And we broke up, and I never saw him again until he had his funeral. Now, I went to his funeral, guys, and his family welcomed me, and they were wonderful. They were truly wonderful. They welcomed me like I never left. And I was standing beside his coffin and I heard him audio say, I love you. And I knew that he did. And you could never tell it in the real life, in the 3D life. You'd never know that he did, but he did. And so another time I was sitting on the couch and I kept feeling him around me. And I kept feeling him around me, and he would do things to get my attention. You know what I mean? And so finally, I don't know why I said it, but out of the blue, I said, don't worry, I forgive you. And I went to his grave and I would say my prayers for him for a safe crossing. And he's still around. It did bring me closure. It did. Because, he wasn't very nice to me, okay? And he kind of abandoned me while I was pregnant with his second child. We were half starved to death, and it was one of the worst times of my life. And it's time to forgive. I had forgiven him years and years prior. He just didn't know that I did. So he had to come to me, you know, and just know that, he has his own issues and his own things to deal with. You know what I mean? Know that some of your enemies, like some of the people who have done you the worst in life after death, they do the most. You know what I mean? Aw, yeah, it is. I just learned, it's not worth holding on to resentment because, when these people pass out of our lives, they will do their utmost to right wrongs in the afterlife. And the more enemies you have, the more friends you have afterward because they're trying to right wrongs. So, man, just think of all the spirit guides you have around you. Aw, somebody's boyfriend was dying of cancer. Yes, you can actually heal people. You know what I mean? You can heal people. We all have healing gifts, some more than others. I got to be real. Like your desire, it is the will to want to help people, it's the will to want to see people not suffer. Absolutely. You can, you know, power of prayer and power of healing. A lot of people said you have healing hands, Frankie, and that is because it's my genuine want to help people to feel better. And I hate seeing people suffer. Do guides ever give up? Yes, they do. Yes, they do give up. If you're not listening, they're going to go to somebody who wants to listen. It's freedom of free will. Thank you so much for the $27.99, you guys. Aaron, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Frankie, do you know what a child of blessings mean? Yeah, you're a blessing. You are a child of God and sent here for a specific reason. And that's why I wish I could go back in my life and learn these gifts. If I had paid attention to my gifts 30 or 40 years ago, oh my God, can you imagine how many people I could have assisted? Like, I know when people are hurting, I know when people are suffering. I had a premonition about my father. Thank you, S, for the 20. You are amazing too. I had a premonition of my father that he was ill. I'd phone him on the phone. He'd pretend that he was okay, that he wasn't. There was nothing wrong. And I said, I got to get down there and I got to see my dad. Something's wrong. Well, when I got there, it took him about, I'm banging on his door. He's not responding. I stood outside for at least a half an hour calling his name, Dad, 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 wake up. I could hear him. He finally got to the door. He was so weak. By the time he got to the door, I didn't even recognize my own father. He had lost so much weight. He looked like he was a skeleton. I said, Dad, what is wrong? He goes, nothing. I said, bullshit. What is wrong? And he said, Frankie, he says, I've got this pain in my shoulder. I made him take off his shirt. Sure enough, he had a big lump like that on his, between his shoulder blades on his lung. And I said, oh my God, Dad, why didn't you go to the doctor? And he says, I did. He told me it was a bruise. I said, oh, for Christ's sakes. It was lung cancer that my dad had. And I looked after him to his dying day. Guys, he had quit smoking. He was a heavy smoker, but he had been off cigarettes for about 20 years or more. And his lungs were like brand new, like a baby. So they went and researched, and it was from asbestos from a job he was on. But listen to your instincts. You know when somebody is not doing well. You know. I'm just glad that I was able to spend the last year of my dad's life with him, But it's other people too. Like, a lot of times you guys are asking in the reads about your partners and what your ex-partners are up to. You already know. You already know. You feel it. You just know. Yes, I've heard of Indigo children. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I am a Sagittarius, Aiden, and I have 3 placements in Capricorn. I have everything else in my chart. And just so you guys know, you have all 12 zodiac signs in your astrological chart. Somewhere along the line, you've got all the zodiac signs. That's why I don't read zodiac signs out loud, because we all have those energies. We all embody those energies. I don't know about 2 souls. I'm sure it can happen. I've heard of soul exchange, exchanging souls. When my mom passed away, I was put into anesthetic state of mind. at least a week before to cope with the news. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when we lose our folks, man, that's tough. How do you stop people from coming in your dreams? Well, it's the same thing. You have to ask them, stop coming in my dream. I don't want you in my dream. I've actually gotten mad in my dream. Like when you live with that power or that authority day after day in your waking lives, you have the same authority in your dream state. Standing up to them, get out of here. Because they do. They try to infiltrate your dream. And a lot of people do that. They'll go in this 5D travel and they'll talk to people in the dream state. To me, I see it as an invasion of privacy. If I want you there, you're welcome. My loved ones are welcome and nobody else is. I don't allow scary dreams. I haven't had a scary dream for years now. Once I learned to manage my dreams and my energy, I don't allow it. Astral projection or something, does that orbs to me are spirits, energies, and they can move around anywhere. Julie Clark said sometimes I've dreamt of people that I don't know in real life. Maybe it's from another life. Maybe you know them from another life, or maybe you're about to meet them. Sometimes I'll have that as well. I'll dream about people from a past life, but I meet them in this life. No, no, somebody said so bad dreams from passed on loved ones means they're in purgatory. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. No, absolutely not. Passed on loved ones who have crossed over are allowed to come and check on you and see how things are going. And many, many times, guys, in your dream state, it is where you can have good energy and negative energy, and you just have to claim that protection over your dreams, over your bedroom, over your dream state. Ask the archangels, ask the angels to watch over you while you sleep. Whimsy Chick says, how do I call on my spirit guides? I try to meditate to call to them, and a psychic medium said Archangel Michael is my direct angel. Well, they will appear to you when you want them to, when you're ready to. Like, guys, I've asked my spirit guides, their names and stuff like that. Actually, I don't even know some of their names. I just know that they're around me. I know that they're good. I don't call upon any spirit guides other than my ancestors and my archangels. The archangels are looking out for you. They will only allow positive energy to come to you if they're around. Thanks, everybody. What about uh guys, about the Freemasons and all that. I'm not into them. I'm not into none of that. I'm not into any organized anything. I'm not into organized religions. I'm not into organized anything. I'm totally against it. That's just me. Doesn't mean anybody else has to be. But for me, any organization eventually can be corrupted. And I don't want to put my faith, I don't want to put my belief system into anybody other than the Almighty. That's just me. I'm different. I don't follow any organized religions, any organized anything. Man, I'm even a union member and I don't follow the freaking union half the time, guys. I know that every leader can be corrupt. You know, it's true. Like, I've just learned to trust my source. Okay? It's worked for me. I've never been let down. Tara Harmony said, my most vivid premonitions have come from dreams. It still blows my mind to have these experiences. Have you had experiences like this? Absolutely, all the time. I've had premonitions about accidents. I've had premonitions about where I'm going to live, what I'm going to do. I've had premonition dreams, particularly with things that I'm supposed to be doing. Like I had a premonition dream that I would be writing, like automatic writing. That was my guide's way of letting me know that I was supposed to be automatic writing because they had messages to convey to me and they were trying to reach me. Diana Maliki, thank you for the $10. I hope I said your name correctly. Yeah, I had a premonition dream about automatic writing that I was going to write, that I should have been a writer. So it's plagued me all these years. Like, I wrote a story, many stories, guys. I wrote over 10,000 pages, and I had a boyfriend who burned them on me because he was pissed off with me writing. So so I stored it in my mind. You know what I mean? I had premonitions about my dad in a vehicle accident. I was seeing him going on the highway, and a drunk driver had passed him. They were drunk out of their minds, and there was about 6 people in the car. I saw the color of the car, and it swerved in front of my dad. Tried to run him off the road. And I was freaking out, crying. I told my dad, please be careful when you're going to work. I saw this drunk driver that night when he was going to work on the highway. A drunk driver passed him in the same description vehicle. He slowed right down. He pulled over to the side of the road because I scared the shit out of my dad with my dream. And I said, Dad, if you don't, they're going to run you into the ditch. You're going to die. And so he pulled over the side of the road, lit a smoke, sat and had a smoke, and then continued on. 10 minutes down the road, he saw that vehicle had somersaulted, crashed, 6 people dead on impact in that collision. I have had interest in assisting cold cases. Yes, I have. I definitely have. I have certain vibrations about certain people, but I'm not there yet, guys. You know, the number one reason why is because of critics. People don't want to believe, guys. If you had a premonition about a situation, it'll come out in my read sometimes. and I'll get a complete description of a person and I'll shut my mouth because, you know, cold cases are hard to prove. They really are. And most people write you off as a quack or a nut job and they don't want to know. It's like I've known other psychic mediums that have tried to solve cold cases and can, but it's like the families of the victims think that you're terrorizing them or that you are somehow a witch or causing them trouble. Most people don't really want to know. Yes, it is witch hunts. Exactly, guys. And that's why I would be very hesitant to do that for my own family. I would, or my loved ones, or people that are close to me. Absolutely. I know exactly where they are. I know exactly where to find them. And you guys, everybody's in love with my puppy. Thanks, guys, so much. He is a true pleasure to have around, but I'm telling you, he is rambunctious as hell. Yeah, like a lot of your own families and stuff think that you're into weird stuff and that it's evil and all these things. Geez, man, it can be. Don't get me wrong. It can be used for bad. But if you're trying to help people and if it's assisting people, geez, man, keep it up. Don't worry what people think of you. They're going to think you're crazy anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, when you're poor, you should have been rich. When you're skinny, they call you, they call you skinny. Then when you're fat, they call you fat. When you got no boyfriend, they call you a loser. When you got a boyfriend, they're all jealous. You can never please anybody. So just do your own thing. You'll always have people who try to sabotage you. You will always have people that try to take your gifts from you. You will always have people that try to keep you down. Why? Because nobody likes to see people succeed. And that is a true story. I used to say to people all the time, yes, I am crazy. And when I'm dead, I'm coming back to tilt all the pictures on your walls. You'll know it's me. Just saying. I always used to say to my mom and my dad, I said, when you pass away, you make me a promise. If you're allowed to come back, please come, but don't scare me. Like, just touch me. I told my mom, just like do something. She said, like what? I said, just touch me on my face. I'll know it's you. She does it all the time. Especially when I'm sad, she will do this to the side of my face. I told my dad, Dad, you got to make me a promise. If you're allowed to come back and there is an afterlife, then let me know there is an afterlife. Do something that I know that you made it there, okay? He says, yes, I will. And he does. He drove with me. He rides around in my car. He gives me shit about my lawnmower and that I should tune it up. That weed eater needs looked after. When's the last time you changed the and I can hear my dad, when's the last time you changed the oil? So I know that they crossed over. I know that they made it there, and I made them promise me to come back, right? I see auras. Tarot Harmony says, I see auras all the time. In fact, I saw one of my girlfriends. She was so angry. Like, I've never seen anybody that angry in my life. She comes storming down the pathway. We live side by side. She was my neighbor. She comes, and it was nighttime. Man, that chick was glowing red. She was so angry. I'm like, whoa, man, chill. She needs a drink. I see people with blues and greens and yellows, gold. I see a lot of time passed on spirits that have gold around them. Oh, and I did see an angel who came. I have never seen an angel that big in my life. Pure gold, the wings wrapped right around a double-sized mattress. It was, I was in awe. I couldn't move. Not scared, just in awe. Whoa. Zeta Crystal said, my parents both went home last year. They went within 2 months of each other. They were married 69 years. Whoa, that's amazing. Yeah, and when one goes, the other one is lost and they want to go together. You know what I mean? You spend that many years together. How can you be apart? Nurse 1111 said, when I was in my 20s, my car went over a cliff. My baby had got out of her car seat. My angel stopped the car right in time. I was looking at the drop thinking, oh my God, holy crap. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, we do have angels. There's no question about it. Gypsy TT Tarot says her parents died 1 year apart. Yep. Do you know that your auras can go so far? Tarot Harmony said, do I see auras? Yes. I can, actually, the Tibetan monks, their auras carry for miles. Their auras are that big. Miles. You can feel their energies, like they can go countries. You know what I mean? DR says, what does it mean to see flashes or sparks of red? You know what? My instinct is to say it's some kind of negative energy or anger being sent your way. Yeah, see, when one person passes away, the other one wants to follow. That is if they're in love. I mean, imagine crossing over with someone you hated. No, when it's your time, it's your time. Some people have such deep love for one another. They just want to be together in real life and in the afterlife, which is why it's like, that's why it's not worth being with people that make you feel like shit when there is true love that is out there. I would rather be alone or have a cat or a pet that I cared about or adopt a child or something other than being with someone who didn't want to be with you. You know, you can get through anything in life, anything, if you're willing to do that. Some people just don't want to put in the work. Would you, Kelly Star said, would you stay in a house that you know is haunted thinking that you could clear it of negative energy? It would depend. It would depend. If there's any poltergeist activity and crap like that, man, I'm gone. I ain't taking a chance. I don't want to be around it. If it's something simple like passed on spirits or something like that that are letting you know that they're there, they will willingly go. Sometimes that's why they're noticed, is just to someone to tell them it is safe for you to go. It is safe for you to cross over. A lot of times, more often than not, that's what's happened. Especially in a house where someone has passed away, it is safe for you to leave. They feel comfortable there, they feel safe there, and they're kind of scared to cross over, you know? If it's something like that, I would do, I would deal with it. But if it's like really, it could be the land you're on, it could be anything. No, gone. Yeah, like Penny Nelson says, I get this feeling when somebody calls me, I think about them even, and they call you. Yes, it is your sixth sense. You're in tune with that person. You're on the same energy frequency as that person. I get that all the time. I know when the phone's going to ring. I'll be driving my car. I know I'm going to get a phone call. I'll be at home. I'll be wide awake. And I know the phone's going to ring. What? Jenny Carr said, I dreamed last night that my little girl was a demon. You know what? It's somebody trying to. No, that's a trickster energy. Jenny Carr, that is a trickster energy trying to make you afraid of your own little girl. It's a trickster. They're trying to fuck with your head. They're trying to mess with your mind. Thank you, Tiffany Simmons, for the $5. Yeah, a lot of times these little trickster energies will come in and say, this person is bad, or it's to make you have doubt and suspicion. The enemy is the author of confusion. That's how they come to you. That's why you're supposed to just claim it. Get out of here in the name of Jesus, the Almighty. Get out of here. They come with trickster energy to bring confusion, doubt, suspicion. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't get scared of it. You know what it's trying to do. It's trying to confuse you, trick your mind somehow. It's bullshit. I feel it right now. It's bullshit. Yeah, sick Tucker on him. He'll get him. And when in doubt, like I said, I've had to go to clergymen. If there is something in my house that I cannot get rid of, I am not afraid to call on a clergy person, or really like a shaman or anybody like that. They're going to sense it right away. If they can get them gone, they'll get them gone. Hmm. Yeah, see, your grandson had a white butterfly buzzing around his head. That is an ancestor. That is someone visiting him, a good person. That's exactly. Do some people attract these entities? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Some people do attract them. If you have any kind of spiritual gifts whatsoever, if you are telekinetic, if you have telekinesis, stuff like that, clairaudient, clairvoyant, you will attract that kind of stuff because you're open to that realm. What's my opinion on people who do ghost hunting? I think they're fools. I'm sorry. I do. I think it's foolish. EVPs stir up trouble. What I get, some of the ghost hunter shows, like, I like Amy Allen, Dead Files, okay? That is serving a purpose. It's actually doing a job, cleansing a home. She tells you how to get rid of these negative entities, these negative spirits, why they're there. The other shows is just all EVP recordings. They stir up all the trouble and then they leave. They don't tell you. They don't tell you how to do anything. I think you're messing with trouble when you do stuff like that, guys. I mean, some of them, it's just to, they get a thrill out of making people scared. They put all this sound equipment, audio equipment. A lot of people provoke them, making them angry. I think they're full of shit. Why do you want to do that? Just to get a response. Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why are you provoking the spirits? Right? Why do you want to provoke them? Just to rile them all up. And then you drive away and leave the bullshit behind. You guys hang in there. Whatever, you're stronger than you think. Like, when you're in a crisis situation, like a major life or death situation, who do you call upon? Who do you ask for help? You say, God, please help me, right? Why do we wait until we're in a near-death experience before we call upon the Holy Spirit to help us and protect us? Guys, I just think if my guides are with me every day, I don't gotta worry about the bullshit that's around me. You know why? Because anybody evil or anybody with negative intent toward me sees that light and they don't want to mess with it. They're attracted to it, but they don't want to mess with it. If you trust that you are protected, you will look at those people and the angels will give you signs about those people of who to avoid. Numbers and threes every day. Pat Pfeiffer says, yeah, for months. What does it mean? You're being sent angel numbers. Numbers and threes every day are synchronicities and signs that your spirit guides, your guardian angels are trying to send you a message. And you have to Google angel number sequence and enter the numbers that you're seeing, and it'll tell you what your message is. Thanks, down the man. Big love for our Frankie. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. Exactly. It's those people who mess with dark magic I avoid, like COVID-19. Absolutely. Who the hell needs it? We got enough dealing with our daily creatures that are around us in the living world, let alone with the spirit world. Yes, colors are very important. Whimsical Dino said, "Do you believe in the importance of colors along with number synchronicities?" Absolutely. Colors are the same thing. Colors all mean a different thing, guys. This is how our guides communicate with us through colors, through song, through numbers, through visions, through dreams, through energies. And yes, every color has a different meaning. Tiffany Simmons says, "What is the first time you saw your guides, Frankie?" Oh my God. I can remember back to being 3 years old. And that same guide has been with me and still is to this day. He'd hang out with me when nobody else would, looking after me my entire life. 3 years old, I remember seeing him and I woke up having a premonition dream at 3. I had a premonition dream. How do I remember at 3? It was my mom and dad's anniversary, and I was all dressed in a party dress, but they had put me down for a nap. And I woke up crying, and I created a disturbance in my house because it was my mom and dad's anniversary and they were kind of pissed at me. My dad picked me out of bed. He said, "Why are you crying? What's wrong?" And I told him about my dream. And I kept having the same dream for 2 years after that. It was a premonition. My brother had, years later, about 10 years later, one of my brothers had purchased a property on the side of a riverbank. And in my dream, I had saw all my family on the riverbank, up high on a hill. And the whole bank caved into the river, and so did his house. Be damned, not 10 years later. That's exactly what happened to his house. I saw the color of their clothes that they were wearing. I saw everything. And all I said to my mom and my dad when I said my brother's name and I was bawling, "He's going to die. He's going to die." And then when I could communicate better, when I was 5, still having the same dreams, my mom and dad sat me down, got a description of the house. The property was a log home on the side of the river, and the whole bloody house caved into the river. And it actually happened. Pew Pew said, "I have had a reoccurring dream of a faceless man in a bowler hat checking in on me over the years, just watching from a distance in my dreams. What does this mean?" Well, that person has been around you since before you were born. I'm going to tell you that right now. He is just checking in on you. He is one of your guides. It's an ancestor checking in on you. Margie Stevens says, "Do you see your guides or just feel their presence?" Sometimes I see them, but I feel them. I always see my angels, like in full vision. I can always see my angel. My guides, sometimes I see them, but you see, before I knew to not be afraid of them, years and years ago, I said, "Please make me stop seeing this," because I used to see everything, dead people, live people, visions, all this crap. I said, "Please make it stop, take it away, it's frightening me." And so they stopped showing themselves to me. So if I want them to show themselves to me, I would have to ask to allow them. And right now, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I just trust. I don't need to know their name. I don't need to see them. Quite honestly, it would freak me out. You know what I mean? Things have been moving around my house. Is it a family member that has passed? Joanna Johnson? Mm, it could be, but I'm not thinking it is. Like if there's just certain items, if they are special to you or a memory with a loved one, I would say yes. If it's just people moving shit around, they just want to be seen. Seventh says, can you tell me if it's my dad knocking on my refrigerator? Yes, it is. When should you be afraid of these instances? When you just get a gut feeling that it is very dark. You'll just feel a cold, cold, cold energy. And you guys, it's like that's when you should be afraid of the incidences, when it makes you feel negative, when it's disturbing your peace of mind, your sleep, it's making you afraid, it's making you ill, it's making you sick, it's scaring you. That's when you don't trust. My dog will growl. Absolutely. Cats and dogs, you know, you are just as psychic as those cats or those dogs. You know instinctively if something is not good. You know it. You just sense it. You just like, get out of here. In the name of the Holy Spirit, get out of here and leave me alone. Be gone. Go now. And command it like you are more powerful than you know. There's nothing. Mark Daniel said, what is blocking me from having a happy life? Nothing. It could be past life residual energy carrying over into this life. Ask it to, like I said, it's really important to remove any kind of attachments. It could be an attachment from a past life, or a person that you have been around, a negative attachment. Reiki, go to Reiki and ask them to remove any kind of attachments or cords that are attached to you. You'll see a huge difference. Yes. Tiffany Simmons says, do you think karma follows us to our next existence? Yes. That's why it's important in this lifetime to not accumulate negative karma or bad karma. That's why it is so important to have a pure heart and to have good intentions toward people and to give to people generously, like your love, your energy, your time. You're accumulating good karma. And when people do negative to you, they are accumulating negative karma. It is so important to forgive and release people so that you're free. You don't want to drag that karma with you wherever you go. Yes. And it will follow you if you attract either negative or good karma. It follows you to the afterlife. Is there a way to know if someone is getting their bad karma? There is actually a way of knowing if people are getting their bad karma. You will see their life deteriorate. You'll see things go really, 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 really bad for people. You will see people around them. They might get an illness. They might lose money. They lose a job. They might, you know what I mean? What is the most prominent psychic experience that I have ever had, says Tara Harmony. Oh, there's so many. Oh, when I get my most prominent is when I get premonitions. When I do premonition dreams, I freak the hell out, guys. I get so scared. You'll see me on my hands and knees, crying my eyes out, praying to the Holy Spirit to protect people. I'll get visions in my head and I will see deaths. I will see car crashes, near miss accidents, and I'll get on my and I know that it prayer helps and works because it has saved lives. I'll get these visions and I'm not around to help. How are you going to help? I get on my hands and knees and I pray and I'll start crying, please, in the name of Jesus, send loving holy angels to help this person, please. Dread angels, fight for me, fight for that person. I'll get like wild. I'll be like, you just came to a Sunday sermon with like, you think you were in a Baptist church. I get so loud and I mean it. Like, I'm terrified. Please pray for them. Send as many angels as necessary to protect this person. Put your loving arms around them. Don't allow any harm to come to them. And you know what I mean? I've never been a minister. I've never been into a Baptist church, but you would never bloody know that when I get a premonition. I'm quoting every scripture known to mankind. Yeah, like Jess Lou says, thinking of writing your stories again, Frankie, it can be yours again. It still is. It's all in my mind. I can write a story in under 10 minutes, guys. I wrote a story for my granddaughter in 10 minutes. A spiritual book. It's on my channel. It's called Adventures of Freya. Go look it up in my community list. It is there. It's a spiritual story. It was an angel. It was given to me from an angel. That's how come I knew word for word what to say. It is a spiritual story. No, I'm not the only one in my family spiritually gifted. Almost everybody in my family has gifts. My mom my mom had premonitions. My mom was psychic. She was a psychic medium. My dad had gifts. My mom had gifts. My dad was crazy with his premonitions. My dad would know stuff. He would just sit there. You'd ask him a question, he'd sit there and he'd close his eyes and he'd give you the answer. He was connecting with his spirit guides. Yeah, my children do have spiritual gifts. Hmm. They do. They just don't like to admit to it. They're not ready for it, I don't think. Yes, they do. Everybody is ready for it when they're ready for it. But yeah, they do. My sons used to telecommunicate with each other. They would know when each other was in trouble. They could be miles and miles and miles apart, not talking for months. And all of a sudden, they're thinking of one another and they'll dial one another at the same time. They are soulmates. They have a connection, a bond. They knew each other before in a past life. That's why they're here in this life. They have each other's backs, even when they hated each other's guts. You know how kids, boys fight. Well, geez, you try and hurt one another, though, they're there. And they knew telepathically that the other one was in trouble. I better go check on so and so. I want to go see so and so. And they're both thinking of each other at the same time. Wow, I never did learn how to read coffee cups, man. I wish I did. I don't know how. Tea leaves, I tried when I was a kid, and it was like my mom would say, "Don't you see this? Don't you see that?" I said, "I don't see anything." I can't do it. I've never learned how to do it. My grandchildren are psychic. How do you make your spiritual gifts stronger? Well, by affirming them, the ones that you currently have. Start practicing it more, using it more. Like, affirming them, publicly announcing you have these gifts. For one, telling people, I can tell you that for you. Like I said, when I met my friend, she came over that night. She was furiously angry and she sat at my table, and I just like my guides, my psychic intuition told me why she was angry. I knew why she was angry. And she tested me and she goes, "Well, if you're a true psychic," which I never alleged I was, by the way, but they know that you are. That's why they come defensive like that. She goes, "Well, if you really are a psychic, you'd be able to tell what happened to me in my life." And I told her, I said, "You're not going to like it. It might be embarrassing. It might hurt you, but I'll do it if you say it's okay for me to do." She had had an abortion and I knew it. And I was the only one who knew that. Whimsical Dino, thank you so much for your $9.99. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks so very much. I'm glad that I could help you. Whimsical Dino, thank you so much for your super chat. Yeah, it's like if you are tested, a lot of people test you, you know what I mean? You're supposed to test. And that is an example of that. How do you know things that they have never revealed? That's how you can test. When I go to a psychic, that's what I do. I will ask them to reveal something that nobody else knows but me, and they will. Alan, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I do all the time. I've gone to many, many psychics. There was one years and years ago I went to when I was like 20. He predicted where I would live, where I was going to go, who I would meet, who my soulmate was, and every single word of it has come true. Every single word of it. And just because we don't get that, like in your readings, a lot of these predictions that the tarot does for you, just because it doesn't happen that day, doesn't mean it's not going to happen down the road. Tarot is like that. Energies are like that. It might be predicting 5 years down the road, a week from now. It might be predicting a long time ahead. But it'll all come back to you. Aaron Lynn, thank you for your $9.99. I appreciate it. You know, you guys are incredible, and just know that you have all those gifts. D Melton, thank you for your 5. I'm not going to answer any cards today. My guides are saying no. I would sometimes they do, but they're not doing it today. And yeah, right? There is enough to see on this plane without worrying about what's going on over there. But sometimes we are called to do battle, spiritual battle. And when I say spiritual battle, I mean your prayers are spiritual battle. We're all in a spiritual battle, guys. Any recommendations on a good psychic? You'll be ask your guides to send you to a really good psychic. You watch how they'll appear in front of your face. You'll just see it out of the blue. One will stand out to you. Joanna Johnson, thank you so much for your $10. It's truly appreciated. Huh. I keep seeing 333. My hospital room number was even 333. Yeah, it's messages being sent to you. Zeta Crystal, thank you for your $19.99 super chat. It's much appreciated. I say prayers for you guys all the time. I say prayers for you guys religiously for your protection, to send away negative energy. I know when you guys are under attack. I can feel it in the energies. I just say a lot of prayers, and I ask for this is my prayer that I say. I ask for as many dread angels as necessary to keep the collective safe and protected from harm, to bring them joy, peace, and happiness in their life. But most of all, it is for protection. I love you guys too. You're amazing. And as a collective, when we get together in prayer, that is a strong army, man. When you have several people who are vibing on that energy of praying for protection and giving thanks for the protection, whoa, is that powerful, guys. You only need 2 or 3 joined together, and that forms a bond, man, that is so powerful you cannot break it. Me and my son were talking in the kitchen. We heard shush very loudly. We both asked each other if we heard it free. He's telling you to shush. He's like, yes, it is. Your uncle telling you to shush. Maybe he didn't like noise. I don't know. Yes, he's joking, but he's like, shh. Yes, it is your uncle. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to go. I've been in here too long. I appreciate every one of you. I thank you so very much for all your blessings, for your donations, your energy coming here and participating in the channel. You guys, it's sending out a lot of positive energy, and it just makes, I can feel the energy is lifted since before I came on the channel. Now it's just like a huge good aura, a good vibration around your energies, and it's much needed. You're welcome, everyone. Happy Easter to each and every one of you. You guys are all awesome. Know you're truly loved, and you are genuinely being protected. Just believe it. And feel that love, like that light all around you. It's so strong right now, guys. It's making me glow. Like I can feel it. Your energy is way up there, guys. Enjoy. Thank you, Susie Drost, for the $1.99. You're amazing. Thanks so very much for the blessings. Happy Easter, everyone. Bye.